newsletter. And of course, being a new year, there's changes in tax law. And we looked at 3 countries this week. It's Ivory Coast, or Côte d'Ivoire, Angola, and Zambia. Perhaps the simplest one is Angola. What they've done is introduce a new tax, which I think is actually a repeat of an existing one that was introduced a year ago, on cross-border transfers of money. So broadly speaking, if you transfer money out of Angola in foreign currency, which would have to be, there's a tax of 10% if it's being done by a company. A couple of exemptions, but not much. So generally, this makes for an extra cost if you're trying to get money out of Angola. Ivory Coast made a few changes, but probably the main one is to look at withholding tax on share sales. But previously, the capital gains tax was there, but was not, it seems, particularly well implemented. But now there's a withholding tax, which the purchaser will have to deduct. And Zambia has done a few strange things, mostly to increase the rate of property transfer tax. So from 5% to 8%, which is a bit of a hit if you're selling shares or land. There's also a nasty little change to loss carry forward. So whereas previously there was a time limit on this, they've now introduced a second restriction, which is how much a person can use in any given year of that loss. So a maximum amount of the taxable income that can be shielded by a loss. So for some reason, a double restriction. So if you don't use it in time, then within a few years, you've still got that forfeiture. And then also you can only use a certain amount every year. And this is a bit of a growing and worrying trend. I think Namibia has done something similar recently. There's also been a few changes in gambling tax, both in Zambia and in Ivory Coast, in fact, but that's fairly technical. And what's one other thing in Zambia was the higher rental income tax. Rental income tax is a special tax on rental income, obviously, which is then taken out of the normal income tax and a special tax applied on the gross rentals. So that one has gone up as well. So now if you've got more than 800,000 kwacha a year, then it'll be 16% tax instead of 12.5%. And the final one is an increase in the mobile money transaction levy, which will double, broadly speaking. So there you have it. Read the newsletter for more details. Get hold of us if you want to ask more detailed questions. But in the meantime, here it is, a quick highlight of some mostly unpleasant changes to tax law in those 3 countries. Have a good read. Cheerio.